Are we live? Hello? Uh, Hello everybody. Welcome to an impromptu this space broadcast. I am here on I think it's a Saturday. Let me check. What day is it? I lose track on the Saturday. Okay, we are on Saturday evening. You may probably surmise why I have chosen to broadcast to you all on this evening. You can probably you're very smart people, you're very intelligent. You can probably understand why we're all going to be here for a short period of time. How short? It depends if anyone joins me. I'm open to other this space hosts popping in if you would like to do so. But that is not necessary. I can probably hold it, but I'm sure everyone's had a rough day to some degree, whether or not you're in the city in question. But I just wanted to pop on here, and I'm not going to be showing any videos. I mean, I'm sure you've already seen the videos. There's nothing me showing it to you was gonna. You've already seen it. I'm not here to do that. Um, but I think we're all a little concerned in the United States here. If you live in the United States, maybe if you live in Canada, you're probably concerned too. Donald Trump is he's threatening a trade war. He's going nuclear with Canada, launching a 100% tariff on Canada. Just a little bit of news, get that out of the way. So if you're in Canada, watch out. By the way, look into the for all the Canadians, look into the Alberta separatist movement, because that is going to be the mechanism by which Donald Trump takes your country. I'm not joking. Scott Bessent has already endorsed it. Steve Bannon has laid out the plan. The Alberta separatist referendum, that's how they will take over the entirety of Canada. So I don't know. Check that out. But outside of Canada, there's a state called Minnesota, and it's really not good. There's I'm sure there's a lot of protest coverage that you can check out in various places. I will not be showing any video here just because this is a talking stream, and plus I'm not trying to see any snuff films live on stream. Who knows what's going to happen here? You can go do that if you'd like. Oh, I just accidentally heard myself talk for 5 seconds there. But yeah, so if you don't know, probably should know, but the federal agents, the occupying force of the United States of America, there are 50 states. We no longer have a federal government, is what I've been saying. The federal government is an occupant military force. Not even electing a Democrat is going to fix it. They've already destroyed the entire federal government apparatus, so it's non-existent. But they killed somebody, and they in a way that is quite like it's I mean, hey, I look at this stuff all the time. I've seen thousands of people in Gaza being blown to smithereens, and it haunts me every day. And it's hard to really fathom how things could get worse. But every day it feels living in this country, it gets worse. And this is very I would say this is like 5 to 10 times as bad as Renee Good's execution. The way that they did this was it was brutal. 7 or so enemy combatants, occupying forces, invaders, illegal aliens, we could call them. 7 or so illegal aliens pinned down a nurse. Obviously, they didn't know he was a nurse, or maybe they did. There's reason to believe they targeted this person, but I'll get into that later. But these 7 or so, I think it was 5 or so, and then 2 more came. Were beating the shit out of an innocent observer, a woman, and a 37-year-old named Alex decided to try to help that woman who was being tackled and beaten, and then the ICE agents, if you will, the occupiers, decided to take that man, and they took his gun. They disarmed him. Concealed carry is illegal in the state of Minnesota, but he did not have his gun loaded or drawn. But this man had his gun stolen from him, and there is reason to believe that the at least, hey, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy person, but I'll get to that later. But either way, they orchestrated a situation where they shot this guy in the back like 5 or 6 times, and then they shot his dead body like after he was already dead. Another guy just like shot his dead body several times, like it's a fucking video game, like it's a movie. Like it's maybe one of the most horrific things I've ever seen in my life as far as America, and we see a lot of horrific things in America all the time. There's all kinds of violence, that we see in this country, but you know, seeing the federal government do it, it does feel like we're in a new area. Police have been murdering people for their entire existence. It's not a shock when police kill people. It should be. It's not. 6 years ago, 5.5, police murdered someone on live television, and what happened is Democrats campaigned on it and then increased police funding. It just, it's terrible. It's terrible what this country is like. It's a terrible place to be. And it's not just Americans' problem; it's the entire world's problem. The entire world is going to have to face the wrath of this regime at some point. Just saying. But no one cares when cops kill people, is what I'm saying. But it does feel different when it's a federal government with the largest funded military outfit, like top 20 militaries in the history of the world, and it's a domestic military force. It feels like they I believe they're actually border patrol or whatever. It doesn't matter. They're all under the same fucking umbrella. They're all pieces of shit, and they all wear different uniforms. The uniforms, they probably just switch them around, so who knows. But just the video is just horrendous. Just the way that they executed them, it looks like it was very well premeditated. It looks like to me it seems like these are like ex-military types of people. Like they probably shot and killed people like this in Iraq or Afghanistan. It could be like Americans that trained in Gaza. Just it looks like a military style execution. It was just horrendous to see. Just absolutely horrendous. But again, there's reason to believe that this person was targeted, from what I understand. And again, this is a very, I don't live in Minneapolis, right? So, but I try to stay informed. But they have been, the occupiers have been photographing and videographing every single person at these protests, especially people that are legal observers. Legal observers are people that, they do not interfere with anything. They choose not to. I mean, ostensibly, but they're there to document things. They're there to be well informed of the law. They're there to be well informed of people's rights and to make sure that people can be safe in that kind of environment. It seems kind of antiquated. It seems kind of cute to call something like that, but I mean that's what they say. These people, I've been photographing all of them. They've been making a database. There was a video that was recently posted online of ICE agents just outright admitting that anyone who goes to the protests is photographed and put into a surveillance database of domestic terrorists under NSPM 7, which is a government directive to call anyone and everyone who opposes the regime a terrorist. So that's pretty great. So there's reason to believe that they targeted this person because they are federal law enforcement. Elon Musk hacked the entire government. Who knows what kind of information he got from the hacking of the government? Who knows what kind of information they could have access to? It's possible they knew this person had a concealed carry license, of which he did, and it's possible they targeted him because of that information, and just so that they could spin it immediately. The way that they came out immediately, to just go and say that they I think Greg, whatever the fuck his name is, that guy, you know what I'm saying, not tall enough to ride the ride, that guy, Um, he went out there and said that this guy, the nurse, legal observer, was like armed and like trying to massacre agents. He used the word massacre. Massacre. It's an important word in the history of the United States, but he used the word massacre, which is it's quite something. I mean, this person, uh, allegedly, their last words were "Are you okay?" when trying to make sure that the he was a nurse. He was there to help people if they were injured. So if someone was injured, a woman was injured, and he tried to help her. And his last words that we know of from people that were on the scene are you okay? So let that sit in your soul for a moment. But yeah, it's not good. It seems that they had this whole narrative planned in advance. That's why I'm here to say, if I am okay to put my conspiracy hat on, I've given you the more objective news here. But if I could put my conspiracy hat on, I think they targeted someone who they knew had a concealed carry license so that they could use that as a narrative piece. And another aspect is they immediately started running at witnesses and people that had cameras. There were several people that were filming it. There are a lot of angles that are available that you can see, but they're in those angles. You see a lot of other people that are getting more angles, and a lot of them have been taken by these thugs. So they're targeting witnesses. They're trying to erase the evidence. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter because they're just going to lie about it anyway. And again, many thousands, hundreds of thousands of people over the course of this country's existence domestically have been killed by so-called law enforcement, over a long time. It started as slave patrols. They killed a lot more people there too. But America's been under occupation for a long time. It's been a soft occupation, but when you exercise your rights, the militarized police force will be sure to put you down. But now it's the federal government, and so the governor has apparently, allegedly, finally activated the National Guard. If Tim Walz would have activated the National Guard when Renee Good was murdered and executed on live TV, maybe this next person would not have been murdered. As far as I'm concerned, I just want to. This is my opinion. I think this murder is on Tim Walz's hands. The blood is on his hands. Jacob Frey, the mayor of Minneapolis, did a press conference about a week ago and said that, yeah, he could direct the police to arrest ICE, but he's scared. That's what Jacob Frey said. He's scared. He's scared because they have more guns. And even though it's legal for his police to arrest ICE, illegal migrants, these are illegal migrants from all across the country, he's scared. And so, because Jacob Frey and Tim No Balls are weak little cowards, little bitches, another person was shot and killed, and they were shot 10 times. It was execution, like a gang initiation. It was like you're playing Fallout 3 with the VAT system. It's just like precise shots over and over and over. It was horrendous to watch. And this is directly because when the vice president goes out there and say there's absolute immunity, that's what it looks like. Absolute immunity looks like several ICE or whatever, again, whatever. It doesn't matter what they're called, demonic creatures from hell. There were at least 2 or 3 holding him down, restraining him while the other one shot him in the back several times. I mean, I hate to repeat it over and over, but I mean, it's really just horrible. It's just one of the worst things I've ever seen inside the borders of this country. And again, I'm not trying to, whatever. You all know. All this kind of shit happens all the time, and it's hard to stomach that people still accept it. And it feels like this is a response. It feels like it's retribution. Because on Friday there was a very large general strike, seemingly a one-day general strike. At this point, like, one-day general strike, I mean, I mean, we got to really step it up really quickly. We got to, like, how many more people need to die before the rest of this country decides enough is enough? I mean, but that's another thing. I'd like to bring Jake in here. Jake, tell me when you're ready. Anyway, let me know in the private chat when you're ready. A thumbs up. Does that mean you're ready? What does a thumbs up mean? Does thumbs up mean that you understand that you're going to, like, you heard me? Like, I'm just gonna bring you on. Hello, Jake.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, this is as good
So
as
you've
I can
seen
do.
news. Nope. Are you?
Oh,
What
can you hear
is
me?
happening? All right, Jake. You
Oh,
got a delay situation. I'm gonna go ahead and get Jake out of here. Jake is not. He's not professional. I just got myself out of here. Jake's not professional, but once Jake gets his professional act together. By the way, Jake formerly worked for the official local news. He was an actually news broadcaster at one point, and now he's apparently lost it all. So anyway, just pretend that never happened. But yeah, I mean, this is terrible. But at this point, how much more of this is this country going to take? Um, in related news, there are reports out of one of the extermination facilities, the concentration camps, the death camps, um, in Texas, that a lot of the Minneapolis residents have been trafficked to, mostly children, hundreds of children and mothers, and parents have been locked in this camp, and there are reports that the camp is in some sort of like some sort of revolution of some kind. You know, like not to say that they're actually getting out. I don't know if that's the case, but they're causing a lot of they're causing a lot of trouble for the occupiers, the kidnappers, in that environment, and they're making it difficult for them. And there's reports that they're really scared, and they again, who knows what's going on. There's video of these people in Minneapolis getting shot and executed, but who knows what's going on in these torture facilities. There have been reports that they're feeding children maggots, they're feeding children mold, they're withholding medical care from people that are sick, they're targeting people that are disabled, they're targeting people on their way to fucking doctor's appointments, they're trafficking them across the fucking country and withholding their medicine, they're stealing their fucking medicine. I mean, at what point do we just call this is an extermination facility with the intent to just kill people? I mean, it's horrible what's happening, and I don't know how much longer they're going to keep doing it. It's terrifying, and this country is just, everyone goes to work. Everyone is going to work tomorrow. And I know it, everyone has their own situation. I understand that everyone lives in their own little world, but I mean, our country it's already over. The federal government is gone. That shit has dissolved. It is we need to create a new federal government. The only way out of this situation is a brand new constitutional convention, because the federal government is compromised. It's an occupying force, and it's compromised. State governments need to defend their people. And who knows if Tim Walz is going to do what he did 6 years ago, when George Floyd was murdered, and when he deployed the National Guard to tear gas and beat down his own people. That's what he did in 2020. A lot of people might not remember that. But in 2020, Tim Walz unleashed hell on the people of Minneapolis. And who knows if the National Guard will do the same, or who knows if the National Guard will try to defend the people of Minneapolis against the occupiers. It's really hard to say. In a lot of ways, we're in a new era of America, and that, if you look at the Constitution, 14th Amendment, Section 3, anyone who gives aid and comfort to insurrectionists or anyone who does an insurrection is banned from ever holding office again. Donald Trump did an insurrection. The entire Republican Party gave him aid and comfort, as well as Nancy Pelosi and top Democrats. And they all pretended it never happened. There was a mechanism in the Constitution to prevent this, but the entire Trump regime is illegitimate. He should have never been on the ballot in the first place. You could argue Joe Biden's regime was illegitimate, but that's not what this show is about. But Donald Trump's entire regime is illegitimate. There's reason to believe that he stole the election. 3.5 million ballots were discarded under ancient KKK laws and Jim Crow laws that they used to discard over 3 million ballots in swing states. There were several examples of bomb threats and election interference by foreign governments in Russia and maybe Israel, who knows, in swing states in the 2024 election. So as far as I'm concerned, this is an illegitimate regime from top to bottom, and they're using what they can. They're robbing everyone blind. The oligarchs are stealing everything. The oligarchs are building doomsday bunkers and data centers to steal everything from you, and to create a surveillance state that's honestly more absurd than any sort of 20th century fiction that you can think of. The level of surveillance that we have now, the federal occupiers in Minnesota are using drones to track people. AI facial recognition software is so advanced now that they can pick people out of the crowd. That's why, again, there's reason to believe they targeted this guy, because they knew he had a concealed carry permit, and therefore they could just kill him. They just took his gun, and after taking his gun, after disarming him, and again, he wasn't holding his gun, it was holstered on his waist. It was holstered and unloaded. And they took it, and after they took it, they shot him in the back several times. And then as he was laying there dead, he was not dying, he was already dead, and they shot him again several times. Like, it's, other states, every other state, every single blue state at the very least needs to deploy the National Guard immediately. The first shot has already happened. I mean, as far like, it's not a deniable situation. It's not up for debate. It's not like, it's kind of, the federal government is invading cities, trafficking children to death camps, feeding them poison, deporting, quote unquote, trafficking children with cancer, U.S. citizens outside the country, shooting white people. And that's important. I know it seems silly, and I know, but they're shooting white people execution style. And there's nothing more that would scare the shit out of your average white person than seeing a Second Amendment follower with a concealed carry permit, without his gun drawn, being targeted and executed, shot 10 times. There is no Second Amendment. There is no First Amendment. There is no Third Amendment. There is no Fourth Amendment. There is no anything. None of them. They're all gone. The Constitution is gonzo. There is no law. There is no order. And that is the world we live in. The only reason why everything hasn't gone off the rails yet is because most people are not criminals. I have a lot of criticism of the average American, but most Americans are not criminal minds. Most Americans are not waiting for the downfall of society to go out and start rioting and looting. That's not, Americans don't do that. But there is no more law and order, especially in Minneapolis. It's a war zone. We have Letterhack here. Letterhack, do you want to come on? Give me a thumbs up. What is that? That's not a thumbs up. Okay.
This counts as thumbs up.
Is that me in the background? Why am I in the background? That's not good. That's going to get real weird really soon. Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. That's going to get really weird really quickly. All right.
I saw Jake was on. What happened?
Jake, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He came in.
My
he was
volume?
like, your volume's fine. I don't know. I'm not a producer.
It's really echoey in here. So just so you know.
Where are you? Are you in a bunker of some kind?
I have many rooms. This is just one of them.
Just one room. Okay.
This is the room where I watch Andrea on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good room.
I
don't know how much you caught of my show, but so far,
is
this whatever this is? I don't know if this is a show. Oh, the private chat is lit up.
I've been watching from the beginning, and I didn't want to interrupt. You were cooking, and hey, what's man? You got the producer out of bed. That's fucked up.
I told the producer. I asked him to help me set up the stream, and I said you can leave immediately. And he said first of all he told me he would leave, so I don't even know why he's still here.
What up,
Get the hell out of here! I can do this. I can handle this.
Yeah. So no, you were okay. So this morning I was pre-recording some stuff for this space this week. So I was worried, everyone's talking about losing power and all that.
Yeah, that's on top of all of this. I didn't even mention it, but There's
Yeah.
hell coming across the U.S. when it comes to weather conditions.
So then, I was like talking, I'm recording things like, for Monday news. And this happened like
Yep,
seconds before
it's
I went live
immediately.
or
Well,
or before I
it's not
recorded.
worthless. It's not worthless. That's.
So what I did was I had status quo on and I made a note at the beginning. I showed some of their footage and I just made a note that, shit is breaking. So I don't know. But and that it was pre-recorded, but I don't know. I may go live Monday morning if I have to, just to cover this, because fuck man, this is like what's the term? Gloves are off, mask off. Like, why
I
are
mean,
they
that shit
covering their
happened years
faces?
ago. This is all
Yeah, but
part of
they
Project 2025. They publicly said
right.
that we are going to occupy the government and start killing people. And then everyone was like, "Oh, what are they trolling?"
Yeah. So what I can never get past in these moments, and it doesn't matter, but it's like, why are they still doing press conferences to lie about what they did? Why are they still protecting themselves when they can just kill you?
Because they
Right?
enjoy
Like
it's
they
part
can
of the
grab you.
cosplay. They like doing it. They like being on TV. These are people like especially Trump. They love being on
Yeah.
TV. They love the
So
power trip of going out there and saying, "You know what you saw, and here's the complete opposite, and you're gonna believe me, or we're gonna fire you, or we're gonna put you on a list. If you don't agree with everything we say, you're on a list. Like it's a test. It's 2 plus
yeah,
2 equals
and
5. It's awful."
there's video or like somebody caught them talking about like, oh, this is just like what's the fucking video game, the
It's all
military video game that everyone
all of
plays,
them. Call
Call
of
of
Duty
Duty.
is all of them.
The guy was like, oh, this is just like Call of Duty, it's awesome.
It's
Like
terrible.
this is fucking insane. These people are being
Only
hired
the
and put on the
scummiest
street.
of the scummiest scumbags.
They're
Uh,
hiring them and they're giving them
Terrible.
guns and they're just putting them out there against what? What? This is immigration still? You got to be kidding me. This does nothing to protect the border. It's fucking insane. This
What
was
and this in
over
Minnesota? Are they protecting the border from Canada? What the fuck are
it
these
was
people doing here?
over a Somali daycare scam, alleged daycare scam. That's what this is about. That's why they all moved. The Department of Homeland Security was going after some misused funds or some shit. Like, it's insane. It's so out in the open. I'm telling you, they know that there's no way this ends good. They're assuming it's going to just escalate, so they're escalating it. Like, how does
They're
this just
pissed
go
that
away?
Minnesota hasn't escalated it. They're pissed that Minnesota is and, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that, but they
So
thought Minnesota would start burning, like, on day 1, and they're mad, and they're trying to poke the bear, and again, this is a very large conversation, but let's not get bogged down in that right now. But,
well,
like,
you think they were
they're
counting on National Guard?
and that's been deployed apparently. Apparently the National Guard has been deployed. I was
Do
saying
you
this
think they
earlier,
were
but Tim
counting on it?
Walz being a little fucking bitch. This is why this man is dead, because of Tim Walz being a scared little
I agree.
baby. It's fucking absurd. And if the National Guard defects, like, let them defect. Let the National Guard join ICE. Let the National Guard like join ICE and harming people. Let them do it so we can see that the state's not here to protect us either. Because if the state goes out there and sends the National Guard in and the cops go in and they start beating down protesters, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Then there's really nothing you can do. They're putting everything into a corner and they're crashing the economy. People are desperate. People are losing their houses. They're just destroying everything. The rich are running out the back door with all of the money. They're going to leave you with the toxic data centers. They're going to fucking build their doomsday bunkers. They're going to blow up the world with nuclear weapons. And I know I sound like a crazy person, but just look at the world we're living in here. Like, it's, Donald Trump, you don't think Donald Trump is so in his own fucking mind that he's building, I don't know if you saw this, he's building a new doomsday bunker under the White House. You don't think he wants to, like, if he's on his deathbed, he's just going to hit the button just to watch it happen and then die? Why? Like this guy, And again, there's no 25th Amendment. Then Vance gets in there and he's even worse. Vance is the one who's goading on ICE in the first place. This whole government is illegitimate. It's that simple. I mean, it's an occupying force. It's compromised. The United States of America is over. They're trying to say they're celebrating 250 years. No, they're not, because we never got there. We never got to 250. It's over. It's done. Now, we can argue about the Civil War and whether that counts as a contiguous break or not. But either way, with this whole shit, we died at 249. We never made it to 250. Historians in the future will draw the line at Trump at this point. And if you don't, you're ridiculous. We never made it to 250. This country was too stupid to make it that far.
This is why it makes me so mad when people want to nitpick over, well, technically, it's not fascism. See, fascism would be this. This is how I look at the history books. If we come out of this with any sort of decent recording of what's going on now, history books will have a chapter on fascism, and then it'll be, oh yeah, and then American fascism. Like, they'll just put it right there, nice and neat, tucked in. This is their fucking version of it. We didn't really know what else to call it. Some would argue it's not true. It's just so fucking annoying. There is a clear and present danger to people for not doing anything. You're driving to work. They smash your window, grab you, you're gone.
There's ghost cars all over Minneapolis. There's empty cars that are like, they snatch people out of cars while they're driving to doctor's appointments, and the car is still in drive, and then the car just veers off into like a building, and there's just empty cars. It's like fucking 28 days later. They're just empty fucking cars everywhere. They're kidnapping and they kidnapped a fucking 2-year-old and shipped them to Texas. I mean, this is it. Like, in 10 years, if we don't try to rebuild this country, and again, it's the whole world's problem. Like Europe needs, like, Canada is going to get occupied soon. They're going to go for Canada. You think that's a joke? It's not. The whole world is at risk. Like, this is not just an American problem.
There was some Republican talking about how I've been hearing that Alberta wants to succeed.
Yeah,
and come here.
That's their plan. They're going to try to do an election fraud in Alberta. Then they're going to jump to Alberta. They're going to occupy it. Alberta is going to join the Union as the 51st state. And then it's going to start like a war with Canada, and then they're going to just absorb the rest of Canada. That's the plan. That's what Steve Bannon put out a plan a couple of weeks ago. He put out a plan on how the Alberta referendum is going to allow Canada to be taken over. So this is their plan. I mean, I'm not making this up. Now, I will say I did predict this a while ago. I mean, I did actually make it up a few years ago, but it turns out I was right.
I remember Sandy and I, she's in the chat now. We were talking about it on Left Past 10 one night. Just like, they're going to have the military in the streets. And I remember Jake going like, where'd you get that from? We're like, no, that's what they said. And he was like, oh, right. So like, my point at the time was, when the military is in the streets, the military has never gone anywhere and like set up and then left. They always leave something behind. They always leave somebody behind. So
at the very least, start thinking of children and fucking innocent nurses and fucking parents.
When I was at my most, I guess, conspiratorial, I was like, these cop cities, these so-called training facilities, these are going up next to airports because that's where that's the ideal location for a military base, is near a travel hub, right? And so it was like Atlanta, Newark, and it's like, oh, those are like major travel connecting flight destinations, right? Hubs. And so, here comes the military, right? Like, they're going to stay. They're not going to put all those people there and then take them all out. And Minnesota's going to go, glad they're gone. They're going to fucking stay. And now it may be more of a surveilling presence than an actual physical presence, because the damage they're like, this is what they're doing in the streets. What are they doing when you're not looking? What kind of nerds do they have for ICE who are like,
it's absurd? Yeah. And there's probably all these little fucking Groiper 4chan little fucking morons sitting in their fucking little fucking, they're like in the little
literally big balls
in their drone operator tents, just going like, oh, there's that guy on the fucking
radio. You get like the dork ICE guy in the street videotaping somebody's license plate and going, oh yeah, you're in a domestic terrorist database now, huh? Isn't that neat? What he just did was he put it in some app. He doesn't know what happens with it, but there's some tech guy back at the HQ saying, "Hey, just put the picture in the app. We'll take it from there." And now there really is a database. It's mass fucking surveillance. And so
That's why I think they targeted this guy, because he had a concealed carry permit. They knew that ahead of time, in my
he
opinion.
was an
They targeted
infectious
him because of that.
disease nurse, research nurse, right?
Or he's ICU nurse or whatever. I mean, it's hard to say exactly. I don't know. There's a lot of information out there, but that's what I read.
There is no reason to not assume the worst in every case. If they're stealing kids and putting them into prison, who's to say they're not trafficking those kids? Why
They
would
already
we
trafficked
assume they
a
aren't?
5-year-old American citizen with cancer out of this
We
country.
know
Who
the
knows?
president is a pedophile. We know this. We know former presidents were too. Like, holy fuck. You can't grab kids, take them away with the pedophile in chief, and not have at least one guy in there somewhere going, "I'm going to sell this," right? Or like, "I'm going to make a buck." It's fucking horrible. It happens all the time. Tell me why this situation is only this bad. It's definitely worse. It's worse than we know. It's only going to get worse. I mean, there's a reason they haven't let anyone in these detention facilities from day one. Like, they never let anybody in there. Oh, Elon Omar keeps putting out posts going, "I was denied entry." And it's like, yeah, we know you're not getting in there, right? Like, people are dying in there. It's hard fucking core.
It's terrible. I mean,
but it's worse than that. It's worse than what we see.
and
Sure.
this is one thing too, is they're crashing the economy. They're killing the US dollar.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
they want you sick, broke, and dumb. It's your heart, your wallet, and your brain. It's health, wages and income, and education. Those are the first three things they went after, and then Social Security at the exact same time that they had access to the fucking nukes. Like, and the kid's name was Big Balls. You're telling me those kids aren't still in? They were literal like 20-year-olds, right? Like, you're telling me they're not still in there somewhere?
Yeah.
Like, they were like, "Oh yeah, thanks you guys, you can go now." Fuck no, they're still in there. They're just not being like, social media about it. They're trying
But that's
to
the
like
thing. They're destroying everything. They're going to steal it all. They're stealing everything you've ever built in your entire family's history. They're taking it. They're going to you're going to lose your house. You're going to the dollar's going to crash. You won't be able to afford food. That's what they're doing. They're destroying everything. So the question is, are we just going to sit around and let them destroy everything? Like, can we wait to the midterms? Like, again, let's not get into the wider if it's going to happen conversation, but like, think about it. Is the US dollar going to survive until the midterms? If the US dollar collapses, you're not going to be able to afford groceries. You're not going to be able to afford medicine. You're not going to be able to afford housing payments, rent payments. It's over. It's over. They're stealing fucking everything. They're destroying fucking everything. It's horrible.
What do you think about the midterms? What do you think about the midterms?
I think the midterms are not going to be free and fair elections.
Do you think so this is the thing. It's like these guys are like lawless and doing press conferences, which is to me very weird and ironic. It's so weird. So do you think that they're going to try and do fake elections or just come up with a reason to not do the election?
I think they're going to do elections that are real, and that MAGA is going to be camped out at the swing states like in 2024. And they're going to disqualify ballots under like, "Oh, this person sounds black. Oh, this person, their signature was a little sloppy or whatever." They're just going to disqualify things. We may even see a scenario where ICE is deployed to fucking poll places.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if we can even survive to the midterms, these people aren't making it to the midterms.
So what do you do? What do you do
in Minneapolis? They didn't make it to the midterms. Can we wait? Can you wait? If your kid is being trafficked to fucking El Paso or whatever, they're not going to be able to wait to the fucking midterms.
What do you do when the governor's not helping, the cops aren't helping, the mayor's not helping? There's a lot of people talking a big talk. Nobody's doing shit. The cops came out as soon as ICE fucked everything up. The cops came out against the protesters with like armored vehicles and batons and riot. It's just insane. It's like, oh, these are the guys who are gonna help us. I don't think that's happening. Oh, who ordered them to do it? Probably the governor and the fucking mayor. Like, these guys aren't on our side. So, what, for me, it's very easy to imagine checkpoints where you don't even get to the polls. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be
Sure.
at polling stations. You're going to get there and the shit's going to
I
be
mean, who knows
closed
how many
if you get
US
by the
citizens
checkpoint.
we might not like imagine a
There's
world where
going to
they
be
just
turning people away.
they're going to be all the US citizens they don't want to vote, like black people, anyone who's an immigrant but a citizen. They
It'll
might
be
be in
like
camps.
this,
They're going to
like
be in camps when the midterms.
closed.
If you're in a fucking detention center or whatever the fuck, are you going to be able to vote? You're going to really get a mail-in ballot and mail it out of your concentration camp. Like who knows how many they might already just have millions of people in fucking camps by the midterms, so that like this is like it's call me crazy, man, but I don't know.
No, and you're right. You have been saying this for a long time because I used to be like, yeah, it's just trying to like shake people into waking up and paying
No,
attention. But
I was. I tried. I gave it a
no,
good earnest attempt.
but like you don't not believe it is my point. Um,
Oh,
so
I believe most of it, yeah.
if I didn't get to vote, on the one hand, I think voting is like not the strongest tool we have, but if everyone did it, it would be, right? But anyway, I'm not even like I cast a ballot and I go, okay. I never cast a ballot and go, fucking American, dude. I can feel it. Oh my god, my
I
heart
think
feels
I was
so
like that my
patriotic.
first time. The first time I
I've
voted was for
never
Bernie. I was a little baby. I
I've
was I
never
was a
fucking
little
voted.
excited, I'll be honest.
But I'll tell you this shit. If they tell me I can't vote, it's on because I haven't put up with all
They at
the
least let me
bullshit
cosplay.
that it costs to be a taxpayer and middle class and play their fucking game and play their rules and let cops pull you over because you were going a little too. Give me a fucking break. And then you're going to tell me I can't vote. Like that, I think if there was a way to push people into the street, it would tell them you have no voice in who's going to be in charge. Oh, and the people in charge will kill you. That is, I don't want to wait till the midterms, but I'm not sure what that means if I'm not a political leader or a public servant at all.
Like who knows if they're not just gonna look up your voter registration, your
That's
party
what I'm saying.
affiliation, and then just target you and raid your house, send you to a fucking camp, and then you're just gonna rot in a camp until November or die before then, or like, I mean, again, I hate to sound like a fucking crazy person, but like, what the fuck? It's all
I
happening.
I think I would snap if they said there's no voting. I think that would be it. I think I'd be like, I'm going to become
Wow.
very unruly. I feel like I'm kind of unruly anyway, but
I'm gonna start
virtually,
peeing in public. I'm gonna start doing all kinds of stuff. That's the kind of situation
I'm
that I'm
saying
going. Just peeing all over the place,
no.
like just peeing on the walls, making little drawings. Anyway,
You can get a pizza box and carve a stencil in the bottom of it that says "fuck ice," and you can just kind of put that down and walk away.
you could,
You can
as long
carve
as
it in
there's
the
not
bottom
ice
of a
drones
shopping
flying
bag.
above you. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Hey, I'm not advocating for anything here. This is a shared channel, and
I'm
we
just saying you
all
can do it.
it is possible. If you weren't an American, you could do that in other countries.
I don't think anyone. Let me correct the record. I don't think anyone should vandalize, especially not
I don't know
public property.
vandalism. I've never even heard of
First of
that.
all, if you're going to deface public property, do it with chalk. It washes away. Okay, like let's be good about this. And
Let's be
second of
good.
all,
Let's follow the rules.
don't verbally disparage law enforcement. or they're the good guys. The agents, they work for the government. The government, they're good guys. So don't anybody don't do that. That's not cool. That's not cool. But I did see a bunch, and this could be AI because I saw it one time and I haven't been able to find it again, unless it's on mainstream news outlets I wasn't looking at. But I saw a train carrying a bunch of cars, ice cars. Did you see that?
No.
They all had like ice written on the side, and I was like, "Oh, Rokana got his wish." That's all we wanted. Just give him actual uniforms and badges and hold him accountable.
Yeah, I mean, I read that Chuck Schumer says that the Senate is gonna not vote for the funding bill. I mean, I'll believe it when I fucking see it.
Yeah,
That
like we'll
motherfucker.
see.
And again, that motherfucker, when he fucking ended the shutdown, all of these deaths, all of these children being kidnapped and trafficked, it's all on their hands. Like I'm serious. I think Joe Biden and Donald Trump are both illegitimate regimes. 14th Amendment, Section 3, aid and comfort. They gave them aid and comfort every step of the way. Merrick Garland refused to prosecute every step of the way. They gave them aid and comfort. They're all in on it. They're all fucking in on it.
I heard Tim Walsh said, I just got off the phone with the president. And I said, this has got to stop.
Minnesota has had enough.
So you're not going to tell us what the conversation was? Was this a very strongly worded conversation? But like, why wouldn't he say the president's a motherfucker?
He's a piece of shit.
This asshole.
Tim Walz is a fucking Nazi collaborator, piece of fucking shit.
I would get off the phone, go straight to a camera, and be like, you want to see a press conference? This is what the fucking president just said to me. Because Trump didn't get on there and act super normal. Right? It's not like Trump was like, oh, hey, governor. Yeah, sorry about that. Shit gets out of hand. No, we'll fix it. Did you see the Truth Social post that Trump put out? Saying the governor ordered the police to protect the killer and shit like that. And then I'm like, you talked to him? Did he say that crazy shit to you? Why are you not reporting that to people? Did you call him? Did you leave him a message?
The thing that these people, these politicians, they already shot and assassinated politicians in Minnesota, did they not? Like they're not safe either. Like politicians, you're not safe. The cops, there was a story of this fucking dickhead cop that was getting racially profiled and almost got trafficked out. And then they're like, oh, but I'm a cop. And then the fucking ICE agents left them alone. And then the cop went on and did this, sob story. It was in that moment that I realized that I was only like, give me a fucking break. You're not safe either. Like, no one is fucking safe. These people are fucking worthless. They're worse than worthless.
It's so pathetic. Because I saw people reposting that going, you fucked up when you pissed off the cops. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? What are you talking about? What does that mean? The cop is saying, oh, boo-hoo, because now I'm finally being racially profiled. You know, I had a good piece or segment on this. Looming Cast last Wednesday on this space, 8 p.m. Robert Johnson from Good Morning Comrade. Have you seen... What's that?
Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
It's Wednesday. Can I share an image?
I guess. I mean, it depends on the image.
Well, I don't. Oh, actually, I have a couple here. This one's cool. I got a couple of cool ones. So I think when everyone was out there Friday, they should have been yelling, come arrest us now, right? I thought this was a good picture.
This has to be done every single day. Every single day.
I would like to see this happening right now in response to what happened. But like, these people are out there in -9 degrees, -10 degrees. Like, that's Fahrenheit. So they, you want them to do that every day? That gets dangerous. You know what I mean? That gets super risky. So I think why,
at least we cannot go to work.
But that's why ICE came out the next day.
And they wanted to destroy the morale. They wanted to say, no, you don't get a win. Fuck you,
So,
die.
so from now on, we got to be ready for 2-dayer at least, right? When you're protesting in your town, you got to be like, look, they're gonna fuck around tomorrow morning. Like, we got to be out there again tomorrow. So when ICE is like sneaking out of their hole, like, okay, let's go out and do some shit. Oops.
That's the thing. You need people to protest in shifts, like every other day, then take a day off, rest and recover. You
Do
need
you
to have
think
people like this is it's a military occupation. It is a war, whether or not you want to accept it or not.
so? Patriot Front was marching the other day. Those guys look like such jerk offs, especially that dude in the cowboy hat with the blue trench coat. They look so stupid. They're so dumb. But like they always ride U-Haul or Penske. Do you think it'd be very easy to find out who the fuck rented that shit to them? Or do we just, it's not about boycotting. It's about going over there. Do you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Like,
boycotting at the very
take a
least, you
thousand
know.
people to U-Haul and be like, the fuck?
Yeah, it's you have to protest every corporation that's in on it. Every politician, including Walz and Frey.
People were yelling at News
If Tim
Nation.
Walz could not sleep, like if Tim Walz was fucking getting protested at his little fucking house and he was unable to sleep and people were begging him at his front door on a daily basis 24/7, maybe then he would relent. I don't know. Maybe he's just really that much of an evil, demonic piece of shit scumbag loser. But like you need to be protesting literally everyone because they're all in on it. The corporations are in on it. The Democrats are in on it. The Republicans are in on it. They're all fucking in on it.
Yeah, there's I forgot my point. Look at this. So this is AI slop. It's so
What is
worthless.
this?
It's so pointless because you can find these portraits. You can find these out there,
What is this?
right?
What does this mean?
And somebody is just some blue, no matter who lib on Blue Sky was making the point
Why do
that
Clinton and Bush look like the same? They look like
it's
turn
AI.
this off. Turn this off. I don't want this.
Yeah, but they're making the point that those
Yeah,
people were
chat.
able to do more deportations than Trump without riots and protests.
That's why they
Meanwhile,
fucking suck cock.
but I'm right. But this is some liberal
In
saying
Bill's
like,
case, literally, or was it Trump that sucked Bill? I don't remember. Someone was sucking someone.
okay, but I think Trump was
I think Trump was
filleting. He
sucking
was
Bill.
playing Clinton's flute or
Yeah.
sax.
Ooh. Yikes.
But there's fuck, you keep making me forget what I'm gonna say. God damn.
I'm sorry.
But so this is the kind of shit that you're seeing from the blue no matter who folks in this moment. That
Oh,
they're
man.
going, you can't even deport people, right? And it's like, no, we don't want to fucking
These people are
deport
lost.
people.
They're lost little babies in the fucking wilderness, man.
It's the worst.
And I'll say this: I could not imagine having to wake up today. Oh, look at the doggy. To like wake up in this moment not knowing fucking anything. Like that's why I like to try to educate people. But like, like imagine just like waking
Can
up
you
like when
imagine
Trump
that?
gets elected and you don't know anything. Like a lot of kids, 20-year-olds, people that just voted for the first time, they don't know anything. They're empty. They don't fucking know anything, right? But like you don't really need to know anything to see what happened today to see that that's terrible. Like you don't really need any prior knowledge. You don't need to know that people have been getting shot and lynched and murdered in all of this country's history. Just the way that they killed that guy. They
Am
pinned
I
him down.
delayed?
It was like 5, I don't know. There were like 5 guys. It was premeditated. It was practiced. It was choreographed. It was a planned execution. They pinned him down. They played different parts of the play. They executed him. And then the one guy fucking wanted to shoot his dead body just for fun, just to get his dick hard. Like these people are fucking evil. They're like they're just we're in fucking hell.
He
I mean, I
knew
feel like my show Fuckville is too soft. I feel like I need more.
it looked to me like he knew he was supposed to shoot the guy, but was like startled from the sound of gunfire and like was delayed, was late. Like but he did it anyway. They grabbed the gun and the dude ran. They knew it. They were like, if you see people with a gun, swarm, tackle, I'm the gun man. I'll grab it and run away.
It was all
He
planned
came in
out.
late and then took off and then immediately opened fire. Like they didn't even hesitate.
And then the other guys went and stormed the witnesses trying to make sure that the videos didn't come out. It's terrible.
And the
We
way they do the pepper spray right up on you, they call that hypodermic needle. Have you read that? They
it's a way to blind you for life. It kills you. Like that's the thing. Before they executed him and shot him in the back 5 times and then shot his lifeless corpse another 5 times, they fucking beat the fucking shit out of him with a gun. They fucking beat his face in with a fucking metal fucking like a weapon of destruction. Probably the gun they then immediately executed him with. And then before that, they fucking maced his eyeballs. They blinded him and tortured him for fucking like waterboarding him with fucking. It's horrible, man. And he's a fucking white guy. Like I need white Americans, to figure this out. Nobody is safe. Nobody. It doesn't fucking matter.
Or why pepper spray the guy right in the face? And the way they do that is it pierces all the soft tissue, and it's the same as hypodermic needles being poked into you. That's what it's like, an insane thing. That's why they get up close. Why would you do that if it wasn't meant to quickly render them incapable of seeing or breathing or fighting back and then kill them? Like, and then immediately go on TV and be like, he was a threat. That was a domestic terrorist.
And you bet they fucking ran into their little fucking SUV tank cars and all started having a little jerk-off orgy, probably coming all over each other like a bunch of fucked up freaks.
I do think I had Vizora on the other night, and she was like, don't yell, you're Nazis. Yell, I mean, now she may have a different opinion, but as of the other night, she was saying, don't yell, you're Nazis. Yell, you guys should kiss each other. Touch his butt, stuff like that, because that drives them nuts. Because then they're like, I'm not gay. No homo. Remember that story?
Fuck.
Guy was like, love you, bro. No homo. And I was like, are you joking? Or do you really say that to people? Because I was pretty sure you weren't saying you're super homo.
Hey, you just got to be sure. It's an insurance policy.
Anyway, thanks for coming on. I do think that, for kicking off the stream, I think everyone needs to be talking about this all the time.
I could not wait until Monday, so I figured.
Yeah, and I would love if everyone. Okay, so I thought I'm very cynical at heart. And when Renee Good was murdered, I thought a lot of people were using that on social media because you get engagement and clicks. It was just kind of trendy to be like, remember her name, right? Now, I understand. I do think people should say that. And if somebody's saying it like, for clicks, fine. Everyone should be saying it no matter what. But whether I'm just being a cynical prick or that was the case, we are well past where anybody is treating this like, oh, it's a way to get engagement. Everyone needs to be talking about this all the time at work, right? Like where people are like, dude, you're talking politics again? Politics? Wait a second. Where do you think we are?
Politics is a fucking it's an abstract game. This is a war. This is it's beyond. It's
their words.
It's war is soft because it's not a war. It's because there's only one side. It's just death squads roaming the streets, going door to door, kidnapping children, sending them to fucking camps, feeding them mold, feeding them maggots, denying them healthcare, shooting fucking people in the face, shooting them in the back 5 times, then another 5 times. Like it's like this is not a war. This is an outright like massacre of everything that people like. I've been a hater of America for a long time. I've hated this country since like the moment I was kind of like a little bit conscious. But like if you love this country, then like I mean, like, are you going to do anything to how do you sleep at night? Like if you love this country, like, cause this is not like, a lot of people are under the illusion that America has ever been something that's not this. And, a lot of them are rich or rich enough, moderately wealthy or white or whatever. But like, this is what the country has been like for a lot of people throughout the entire history of this country. And this is not the America you thought you lived in is gonzo. And it's because you didn't care when black people were shot dead in the street, when black people were choked out on the street on live television. You didn't care when they were lynched. And then now it's here at your doorstep. And, again, these, like in Minneapolis, these are not MAGA voters that are getting executed. But like it's going to be at some point. How do we know? Like if they're going to kill anyone just for owning a gun, there is no Second Amendment. It's all over. It's all over. This country is gonzo. The republic has fallen. That's past tense.
Do you think they're gonna crack your door open? Think they're gonna bust my door down and be like, dude, you can't
I
have
don't
a
know.
YouTube like that and not be on our list? Or
Well,
am I just they
I
just go
think about it
white,
every
move
day.
on?
But also we're not that big yet.
White
So
guy, ball cap. I know, but like it wouldn't be that hard to
well, I'll just
make
when
a
I answer
list.
the door, I'll put on a MAGA hat. Hey, officer, how's it going?
I was thinking the other day, I'm probably the only person for miles that doesn't have multiple firearms. Think about that. Where
Yeah,
I'm
I
at,
mean, you probably shouldn't say that online. Now they're going to target you.
I mean, what does that mean?
I don't know. You're just telling the world you're defenseless.
Oh, I've got tunnels under
Rambo 5 tunnels. Those are the real ones.
and a fan that blows baking soda and maple syrup on you if you come in the front
Ooh.
door. And we'll leave it at that. That should be enough to intimidate people from coming in.
I got marbles on my staircase. They'll never make it up.
Jacks.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know if anyone else is going to join us.
That's okay. There's if there's an opportunity to in your schedule to go live tomorrow, I'd be up for that. I think that there's going to be
We'll see.
maybe we can dissect some actual news from this.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah. Just again, Renee Good was shot in the face 3 times. Alex Preddy was shot in the back 5 times. While being held down by
Held down.
other illegal migrants, illegal aliens, held him down, sent by the federal regime. And it was like a gang initiation. It was like an execution. It was horrendous to
It
watch,
was
and
about to
nobody is
get
safe.
gay.
And the whole country needs to fucking put a stop to it because we can't just keep watching our neighbors. These are our neighbors. It doesn't matter how far away Minnesota is. It doesn't matter. These are our neighbors. These are our fellow human beings, and we cannot just keep watching them get shot in the fucking face. We cannot keep watching what's happening in Gaza. Like this whole world, we're all tumbling. It's not just America, the whole world. You think that plan that Kushner presented for new Gaza, building skyscrapers on Gaza, you think that that's not their plan for America? That's their plan for the whole fucking planet. They've already announced it. This is the fucking, like, the 75th Reich. This is the 88th Reich they're building here. This is hell on earth.
I couldn't imagine working in an office right now and having people just be like, don't be there. If you weren't there, ICE wouldn't have beat you up. Oh, stop being illegal. Just, hey, if you're illegal, they're gonna get you. Like, I can handle it in a chat, like if trolls are in there. But can you just imagine somebody that glib and that delinquent and
I can't. I
irresponsible in
cannot.
real life?
They're not
Would
like,
lose it.
they're just wired so different than me. I mean, I just could not. It's like speaking, Mandarin. I just don't know it. I don't know how you could even formulate those sounds. I don't know the grammatical structure. I don't know anything about how you could say or do any of that. That's how I feel with the psychopaths. I just don't understand. I do not get it. I just don't get what, and I just don't get it. It's so alien to me how anyone could react and cheer on what's happening in Gaza, in Minnesota, anywhere. I mean, again, just think the desensitization that happens watching Gazan children getting sniped in the face and bombed to smithereens, watching Gazan children get operated on, missing limbs, missing their heads, bodies just being like fucking on every social media website for years. And like, I mean, just we're all losing our minds. This is a collective
Yeah, I love.
insanity that has overtaken the entire planet.
No, I don't. Yeah, I do think that it is. You know how they go around saying, like, we got to get the bad guys and the criminals? How do they think the bad guys and criminals conduct themselves if the way they're conducting themselves, if the way ICE is conducting themselves is what the good guys do? What the fuck do they think the bad guys are doing?
Criminals is just anyone I don't like. They don't think
I
about it
know, I
any
know,
other
I know.
way.
I'm saying though, but like just in terms of the people I was talking about earlier who were just like, well, don't be there and it won't happen. It's like they
Mhm.
never take into account what's being done to innocent people. It's always
They don't care.
somebody's
They're just
fault.
monsters. They're just all
Well, I
monsters.
think they're just subservient. I think they see badge and
It's
go,
the big
that is
dick daddy theory of politics. They just want to suck cock, and just gargle the fucking cum that fucking guzzles
no
into their
homo.
fucking throats.
No homo.
That's what they want. They want a fucking king, and they want to suck his dick on a daily fucking basis and get their little fucking fascism bonus. They want to kill people. They probably, I guarantee you, they had a fucking bet. They probably had a prize pool for whoever got the fucking kill that day.
Oh,
Like these people are
absolutely.
depraved. In the fucking, there was a leak that came out when they abandoned an ice vehicle, and they found out that they hand out like these skulls. They give people like tokens, like metal skulls. Like every arrest you get like a skull, like a coin, like a fucking token of your fucking how cool you are. Yeah, you're a badass. And these fucking ice fucking thugs, these fucking freak shows, they carry around literal representations of their crimes.
It's like its own kind of brainwashing.
It's beyond brainwashing. I mean, this is
Yeah.
what happens. Like brainwashing happened in the fucking in the 1920s all the way up until now. And this is the result of brainwashing. When you have an entire multi-hundred, like, since the Civil War and before that, these people have been allowed to fester and ferment in their shithole fucking states. They've been allowed to fester and ferment in their little bubbles, in their little freak show fantasy worlds. And this is what happens when you allow a disease. Because Americans, if you think of Americans as just one body, we are a social organism. Think of us as one body. This is a cancer that spreads and spreads and spreads. And the best we can do is be in remission. But when we don't fucking, take care of ourselves, the cancerous tumor grows and grows, and it eventually is going to overtake our entire species. These people have nuclear fucking weapons. It's a pedophile rape cabal with nuclear fucking weapons. The cancer is terminal. This is like whatever the bad one, fourth degree, or which one is, how do you, stage 5? I don't know, whatever. I've never had cancer before, so maybe at some point I will, and I'll get back to you. But still, my point being, like, at some point the cancer shuts down the body. Sometime at some point that you gotta fight the disease, you gotta fight the illness, and we've not been doing that.
Real quick, I was texting with a number of independent journalists over the last several days. There is a group, a couple of people have mentioned this. If anyone has any information, I'd love to know. As soon as I find out more, I'll let people know. Apparently, there's a group trying to use No Kings as a springboard for a general strike, like an immediate one, a nationwide.
I hope so.
I'm not sure if there's any truth to that. I just keep hearing people talk about it, but it's not like people are talking about it online. And so, or I haven't seen that. I haven't seen. If somebody knows about this, please let me know. But we all need to keep our ears open, because if there is such a thing, you got to jump on it, and you gotta support it however you can. And look, there are ways like Nina Turner's "We Are Somebody." There are organizations out there that support the people during a strike. And so I'm not saying like everyone's going to be taken care of during a general strike, but these things usually come with the idea that there are tips and tricks, tools, whatever. There are ways that you can get by. Like if I have a power outage and we don't have any water, well, okay, then the night before I can fill my bathtub with water, any food safe jar, trash can, whatever it is, your sink,
I've been a
fills it with
prepper for
water
a
and then
while.
filter
I
it the
have
next day.
filtration systems. I got a bunch of jars of water. We got the storm coming in. Who knows how that's going to affect stuff? But and this is like, there's a lot of people who cannot do anything about this. People that are immigrants, citizens or not, people that are, if not white, black people, any sort of immigrant population, even like Asian people are getting targeted. They're targeting anyone who's not white. So like those people
Right,
are at
but like,
higher risk. But like this is a white country, a majority white country, not for much longer. And like again, a lot of white people need to realize that you are not safe anymore, right? So it's like we have maybe I'm trans, so maybe I'm going to stay in my bedroom too. But I don't know. My point being, there's a lot of people that are more capable of going out there and making the voice known, because immigrants cannot be on the front lines. Otherwise, they're going to be kidnapped and trafficked out of the country. They're going to be trafficked to
yeah.
death camps, right? So, like, if you are not an immigrant, like, you need to step up. You need to go out there and protest. You need to do stuff and do it safely, and know that, again, anyone can get shot. Like, and I don't mean to say this flippantly, but like, especially if in your Minneapolis, you need to know, like, it's a non-0% chance you don't come home that day. So, like, I mean, it's just,
I get it. You're
scary.
right. You're right. You're right. And it can't be said enough. All I'm saying is you got to do something during a general strike, and that's protest and take care of yourself. So
Yep.
don't forget, because everyone always says, fuck am I supposed to do without work and a money and job? No, well, we're not
Yeah,
shopping.
if you are
There
eating
are
garbage
things
on
you
a
can
daily
do.
basis, stop eating McDonald's. First of all, these companies fund genocide. I'm serious. Like, I'm like, we can like, this American way of life of just pigging out on fucking garbage and sitting and watching TikTok all day. This shit has, like, we have got to step up.
Yeah, it's like, on the one hand, don't panic. On the other hand, it's time to panic. On the one hand, don't be paranoid. On the other hand, I don't know if this is being paranoid. You know what I
Being
mean?
paranoid was 5 years ago. Like, we are in paranoium.
I think be as realistic as possible about the situation. It's called situational awareness. Know your surroundings, like in certain moments, is every moment now. It's all the time. You have to have situational awareness at all times. You just do. Because all I'm seeing is an escalation. And they're in Maine now. And they're planning to do the same shit. I heard they
I
were
heard
going to
that they're
go
going to
to
go to
Atlanta,
Philadelphia. They're in Los
right?
Angeles. They're going to
Well,
take
back to
over
Los Angeles.
everything. They're going to bulldoze the entire US economy. They're going to tear you away from everything you've ever loved. The fucking family house you grew up in, white Americans, the house you grew up in, that your grandparents grew up in, that their parents grew up in. They're going to steal it from you. They're going to depress the economy. They're going to crash everything and steal fucking everything. They're going to take it all from all of us. I keep saying that, but I also notice more people are showing up, so I like to repeat myself. But I don't know how much longer we're going to be here. But if anyone has any questions in the chat room, questions, comments, or concerns, QCock, everybody, you got them. We might have them. It depends on if we're smart enough to answer them. Questions, comments. We got Groove Dragon here. What solutions can we offer? My first instinct is to reinforce loving relationships. How about hiding people? Both are very important things. Have networks, have places you can escape to. Like, if you have people that that might be targeted, and again, it's anybody with not a white skin color. Like, and even white people can be targeted, but like, they're just, if you have anybody in your life that is not white, you need to, like, I don't know, like, and I mean, I'm sure people that aren't white, they've already had these conversations, but I mean, we need to start considering, hiding people if necessary. I don't know. But just find people that are good. I don't know. I mean,
They don't care
outside
if
of
you're a
tactical
cop.
resistance, I don't know.
They don't care if you're in law enforcement. If you're not a white guy, they don't give a fuck. That's what this is. It's purely what they're saying, that a domestic terrorist is someone who's anti-economics and capitalism, right? They're basically saying
Anti-Christian,
anti-capitalist,
anti-America.
anti-Christian, and they're conflating anti-Zionist with anti-Semitism. They're just pulling out all the things they want to be like, well, white, like us. I was looking at the status quo video from this morning. They had a lengthy stream 6 hours ago. It's almost 900,000 views. That's for independent journalism, and CNN's
That's
nowhere
insane.
in sight.
Yeah. This
Nobody
thing,
else
I'm
is out
telling
there.
you, like, this is, I don't know how many more Americans need to get executed in the street, but like there's a contingent. I talk about the 70 million pedophile supporters all the time, but not all of them see themselves as evil. Like the Nick Fuentes types, they enjoy this. There's not 70 million Nick Fuentes Nazis in this country. There's maybe 20 million, maybe 30 million, and that is a horrifying thing to think about. But again, they're like more and more people, even just the libs, the Democrat enjoyers, like more and more people need to realize
What I find myself thinking whenever somebody says what can we do, this is what drives me insane. Why the fuck do we have government? Why do we have campaigns and races and elections if those motherfuckers are
they're
leaving
all
the
in on
rest
it.
of us going, what should we do?
They're all in
They
on
should
it.
be doing it, and they're not. Like that is just it's the ceiling
They're
and the
paid
floor
off.
caving in at the
They're
same time.
fucking they're bullied. It's a carrot of the stick. I don't know what's going on, but
But
these
don't put the
Democrats, Tim
pressure,
Walz all the way to Chuck Schumer, they have got to go.
like, absolutely. But like we should do whatever we can. But on the other hand, I don't want people out there thinking like I'm not doing it right because I don't know what to do. Like, this isn't your job. This isn't our job to know what to do. It's to do the right thing when it becomes clear. And like that's why you have to stay plugged in and you have to be switched on and fully engaged. Do not look away. You have to pay attention to all of this. You have to be right here, present. That's what I mean by situational awareness. Because when something like a general strike comes up, everyone needs to just be like, go a maximum
You need to
right
be
off the
ready.
bat.
Yeah, you need to prepare. Like it's, the time to sit around and do nothing. I mean,
But
just
there
for
are
your own
people in
sake, just
charge.
you get stockpile food, be careful.
The people in charge are all funded by the same people. The donors have a completely different view of this thing than the voters do. There's a fucking problem. And again, it's just a few hundred people. It's not even that big of a deal, but there's a fucking problem. That's where the rot comes from. It's all about cash. It's all about outside influence.
It's about stealing fucking everything from everyone and then killing them all off and letting
It's
them
why
die. They're
it's
going
why
to
when
kill
I
us all.
read it's why when I read about, I'm just trying to give somebody something to relate to, but like when I read about the Supreme Court and I'm like, so what did they decide? I'm also thinking it doesn't matter. They're bought off to like this is all one big pile of shit. It's not like some of it is like flowers and pretty. It's all garbage. Like it's all the worst. So, it's tough to be informed about all this shit that seems vital, but is part of the charade. You know what I mean? It's part of the bullshit. It's all part of the kayfabe.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
so, but in the reason we remain engaged with is because in theory that should work. Like courts, laws, Congress, House, Senate, like supposedly these things were established to make it run right. It's never run right. It's always been off the rails. It's always been corrupt, and everyone just keeps getting pissed off about it. And where's that gotten you? So, I know it's conflicting to be like so front lines all the time and think to yourself like, what am I supposed to do? What, I'm not doing enough. Well, I could be doing more. Just, you do have to take care of yourself, and we do have to understand that we can make parts of these processes work that will have, it's a long game. We will eventually have results if we all do it right. Like, primary elections, give a fuck, giving a fuck. That's big. That's a big step toward winning. But like primaries, having the exact right candidates, getting way ahead of it, right? Knowing who should be a candidate in your neighborhood, locally, all levels of government, all that stuff. But that's the long game. And people are not willing to play that game. I don't say stop. I don't say stop participating and trying to do it the right way and get other people to do it in the most efficient and rewarding ways. But on the other hand, there have to be other mechanisms. Now, I vote, I participate in democracy. I'm not the guy who invented government. So I'm not going to be the guy who invents general strike, but I will be the guy that plays into it however they tell me the rules work, right? So this is what I'm saying. Like, people always go through these complex emotions that are basically just flooding your reasoning and your logic. And I'm not saying don't be emotion or in touch with your emotion, but in these moments, it's panicky. And we can't afford to be panicky. So you wait. So you want to spend the rest of your day reading about how a general strike should work? That shit is out there. Go ahead. But what matters is when it go time, when there's a green light, everyone has to drop everything. Everyone has to drop everything all at the same time, and it's full court press. Otherwise, there's no end in sight. It's got to be immediate, maximum pressure applied, if that makes sense. So I just think people get real upset and panicky, and at the end of the day, it's not your job, but it is your responsibility. And the people in charge, I don't think it's enough to just vote them out. I don't think that's enough. I think they need to be publicly
Every single Democrat needs to be tried and go to prison. Tim Walz needs to go to prison. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer need to go to prison. Maybe we can keep AOC. Maybe we can keep Ilhan Omar. I don't know. They're pretty neat. They're like, I'm down. If they're the most right-wing politicians we have in the future, that's fine. But they're all Nazi collaborators. They're all in on it to some degree. Whether they think it, whether they realize it, I don't care what they think. I don't care what their intentions are. Actions speak louder than words. Tim Walz going, I called the president. I don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself, you piece of fucking garbage. They're all in on it. 14th Amendment, Section 3. Get rid of them.
Yeah, I just think that I've said this before. I know it can be considered controversial, but if you like, here we are, like, yeah, I want that guy to win the election, and then they do, and you're like, sweet, they won. My very next thought is, now you're part of the corruption. You can't not be. You just became a part. Your whole job now, your whole existence, while this is your public service, is to uncorrupt it. Everything you do should be in line with making it less corrupted somehow. You need to be more.
And you don't have to be perfect on day one. You know, I like to shit on politicians all the time because I think you should always criticize politicians and always keep them sharp. That's why I criticize Zoran for being a piece of shit sometimes and all that kind of stuff. But you should always criticize them, even if they're doing good things. Always push them to do more because there's a lot to be done. Because most people get elected to government to just sit around, like mayors, small town mayors, governors, like just think on the state level too. They just get elected to get famous, do press conferences, do the cosplay, sit around, maybe get into affairs, maybe steal some money from the public treasury, and then they fucking just don't do anything. They give the fucking zoning contracts to their buddies and enrich their fucking families and then just stall and stall and stall. Most governments are corrupt, and not even just corrupt, but just they don't function as governments. You know, like look at potholes, look at all the bridges collapsing that don't get fixed. Look at the fact that people get killed in car crashes all the time and we don't redesign the road system. We don't redesign cars. We don't have car laws that make things safer. Like they don't give a fuck. They don't care. Their existence is to sit there and do fucking nothing. So if you are going to be in government, your job is to at least push the fucking boundaries. You should always be trying to fix things. It's all broken beyond imagination.
I was talking to somebody and I brought this up on a show recently where somebody was like, I can't believe we don't have like flying cars yet. And I was like, dude, do you know anyone you would trust to fly a car?
Yeah, never.
Like suddenly we're all flying to work? No. Suddenly we're all crashing to work. Here, let's Pinkerbell says it feels like elected Democrats are forever Tracy Flick types, taking the student council elections way too seriously, while the other side operates as if the stakes, I know what you mean, are real and with an understanding.
I don't
But do
get
you
the
know
reference.
Tracy Flick, the
No,
Reese Witherspoon, Matthew Broderick
I'll look
election?
into it.
You ever see that movie? That's good. Yeah, good point though, Pinkerbell. Um, so yeah, we keep having more people watching as soon as I'm about to bail, just because I have to. Um, as you can
Well,
tell, I'm
I'll
not in
wrap
a
it up.
normal
Yeah, I'll wrap
studio.
it up if you'd like.
Well, I'm just thinking though, and this is like, this is like transparency for viewers, but this space is available for a lot of people to go live anytime they want. Like if you don't feel like doing it on your own channel for whatever reason,
Yeah,
you
just
can
let
do
us
it
know.
here.
We'll plan it out.
So if we want to do it
Big deal.
tomorrow at some point, assuming I have power, I think it's all gonna blow over for us.
It's all gonna blow over.
Yeah. I think like I am there. The storm is moving in. They don't name winter storms, which I think is rude, but like the storm's moving in and it senses me and does like this.
It's like
It's like,
Moses or
oh, that
whatever.
guy hates winter.
I
That
love
guy's
winter.
over it.
I
Me
I
too,
got
but
some
it was
electricity
too much.
issues over the last few days, and the bulk of it hasn't even happened yet where I'm at.
Colorado killed it for me. Yeah, these guys are making fun of me for having 4 doors in my room.
You got way too many doors. It's a huge problem.
They're
Like,
useful.
how many closets are there? Like, are 3 of them closets or 2 of them closets?
A
Is one a
linen
bathroom?
closet, a walk-in closet, a bathroom, and then the rest of the house.
Okay, all right. Wow, that's a lot of fucking doors. Look at this fucking cocksucker over here. This old McMansion ass bullshit with 4 different walk-in closet. You said how big is
Not,
that? Also known as a bedroom. What the fuck?
not quite. Yeah, it's a bedroom. We're painting it. We're repurposing this room into a guest room. So right now, it's like part of transitioning the dog upstairs from the basement.
All right. Thank you for watching This Space Saturday program. Again, it's rough out there. So try to protect yourself, I know Matt's over here gleeful. He's smiling at the fact that I'm trying to wrap up the show in a way.
You know what?
Distracting me with your smile. But anyway,
I just gotta say,
yep.
look, I'm heartbroken. I've almost cry all the time now when I look at the shit that's going on.
Oh, I was crying. I'm not gonna lie, I cry all the time watching this shit, just seeing like, it's all terrible. But man, it was terrible.
But when it's actually like, at my doorstep, just figuratively speaking, okay. Let's fucking go. I've got nothing to lose. Let's fucking go. It makes it easy. And I think a lot of people feel that way. And that is not
again good. The bare minimum is protesting and building community. That protesting does not mean you go out there and do a parade per se. Protesting is, again, not spending money at anything affiliated with right wingers. Protesting is maybe like not doing extra work for your shitty boss. Maybe protesting is not going into work in solidarity. Maybe protesting is building a union at your workplace and then going on strike until ICE is disbanded. Like protesting, like people in America have this narrow view of what protesting is. Protesting is doing whatever you can to withhold power and oxygen from the system, this regime of occupation, this regime of terror. Well, voting is, I think voting is a protest, in my opinion. But
I want one parade.
Hey, we can have a parade when we win. We're going to have a new Independence Day. Think about it. At some point, there will be a new Independence Day. And maybe we don't need to make it in the middle of summer. Maybe make it in spring so it's not that hot outside.
Wow. If I'm around for that, I'm gonna have some good stories. Be like, let me tell you about YouTube. Is that like Twitch? Shut up. Let me tell you about YouTube and a thing called This Space.
Is that your old person voice? I mean, this space will still
This
be
is
online
40
by then.
years from now. This is
Yeah,
when it's like, how old are you? You look like you're 80. And I go, I'm 97. Wow.
we're looking really good.
Looking good for 97. You know why I look young? I read a list of Gen X things the other day, and I was like, yeah, I don't really go in for that kind of stuff, but that all seems true. It's like Gen X, we're all like 51 to 61, but we look like we're 40. And I was like, okay.
Not
And it was like,
everybody.
it said, we also don't give a fuck. And I was like, right. Which is why we can handle all the criticism that we
You got
get.
lead brain damage.
Yeah, I mean, you try being raised by boomers with lead and asbestos and
Hey, I dodged the bullet with that one.
no seatbelts.
You try getting raised by people that were raised by boomers with lead and asbestos. It's not good either.
I think we did the recycling thing pretty good. No, but
Yeah,
seriously,
3%. 3%. That's a lot better than 0.
before we go, it is. Before we go, I gotta recommend something. I just cannot believe I've never seen it. I love the Muppets, and I also love Late Night with Johnny Carson, like some of those interviews. I've just seen so much of it. I've never seen Jim Henson with Carson. Have you seen that?
A long time ago, I've seen it.
When he
Yeah.
comes out with Dr. Goldteeth and then he comes out with Kermit.
Yeah. It's been a lot. I used to
It's
watch all the clips on YouTube when I was younger.
it's fucking I've never seen this. It's amazing. It was amazing. Anyway, I just want to end it on a positive note. Better times.
I like the Muppets. The Muppets are great. Not since they got bought by Disney. I mean, I've never seen any post-Disney acquisition. Maybe it's good. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. But the pre-Disney Muppets, that shit, some of the best. I'll tell you that.
Remember they fired the guy who did Kermit for all that time?
Did
He
they?
did it after, I think he did it from like 92 until 2014 and they fired him.
I don't know anything about the Disney Muppets. I didn't know he was fired.
And they were saying, yeah, they were like, he just made Kermit way too ornery and angry all the time. Cause like you control the personality. There's not really a lot of script, I guess. And they were like, we just need Kermit to be like happier. I was like, damn, that's okay. You guys
Bogus.
take that shit really seriously.
Nah, that's just them trying to destroy everything we've ever loved. Disney is a fucking shithole.
No,
Anyway,
Frank Oz,
everybody.
Frank Oz, he's good.
Everybody.
All right, sorry, I was just shooting the shit. Okay, thanks for
All
having
right,
me on.
you get out of here. I'm gonna do a little soliloquy epilogue.
Okay, here,
Yeah.
maybe I'm getting chopped. Hold on, I might freeze.
Oh, you're freezing. Okay, get out of them. All right. Let's just put that way. Okay. So thank you, Letterhack, for joining me and making the show worse. Again, just everybody, I'm just coming on here to say that we all know it's bad and it's going to be really scary. The next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I'll tell you this. I was able to predict a lot of this stuff, but I don't know when it's going to end. This is the black box. I don't know what the fuck's on the other side of this. I don't know how long we're going to be in hell. I don't know if this is the last straw. Again, it's possible they use the nuclear weapons on the world. It's possible it all falls apart. Entire human civilization. We could be the last generation. I know it seems absurd, but I mean, again, we have a pedophile rape cabal with thousands of nuclear weapons. So, I mean, that also seems absurd, but that's true. So, I mean, but again, at the very least, you got to start taking your health seriously, taking your life seriously, caring about your friends and family. I'll be honest with you. I don't really have any, a lot of that friends and family stuff, but if you got them, cherish them, help them out, educate them, make them smart, do your best. And also stay safe to the best of your ability. And we may be back here tomorrow, but we'll definitely be back here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are our main days that we are live. And I'm sure everyone involved with this space, we got a lot of people now. We got like what 40? Well, Letterhack's gone. He would know the number. I lost count at like 30. I think at 30 something, maybe 40. We got a lot of people. They're gonna have a lot to say, I'm sure. Um, and we got Jake. Jake, I was signing off, but I'll let Jake pop on for 5 minutes. Okay. Jake, are you ready to pop on? Okay, Jake. So I was just about to end. You just came on in time, but note that I will have to go get some liquid. My mouth is really dry. So I'm gonna give you the floor for about 2 minutes. Okay. So
I appreciate it.
don't say anything really stupid. Otherwise I'll be upset if I have to come back here and it turns out you said
Only
something.
mildly
Okay.
stupid. Well, thank you so much for listening to this space today on this very special stream. I've heard Andrea say something I agree with a lot, and that is doing nothing is not acceptable. The last time we shared a stage, I said something stupid, so I can retract that again. If you're incapable of participating in a day off of work because you are poor, like the rest of us, I understand. And that does not mean you're not part of this. But what Andrea said, nonetheless, is still relevant. You cannot do nothing. We have to match the escalation of ICE. ICE executed somebody today. They have been kidnapping people every day. We cannot stand by and do nothing. So here's what you can do. What you can do is, especially if you're in a blue city, which is what is under threat, what you can do is ensure that every ICE business is boycotted. What is an ICE business? Any business that participates with ICE. If they refuel their vehicles, if they serve them food, if they let them piss in their restroom, that business must be boycotted. And it's not enough just
They
for
have
you.
to lose their business. Absolutely.
Yes.
Also, I'm back. Hello. Just wanted to say
hello
hi.
Again, my friend. So here's what you do. You go find friends who agree with you. Go join clubs if you must, but you're going to have an easier time going to some of these events and then gathering around the organizers. Don't leave the organizer's side until they have told you how they will assist you in gathering people to boycott these businesses. When you have a group of people in the area of the business that is significant, let's say 20 people, 30 people, if you can get as many as possible, then you will go to that business and you will tell them how it is. This is not a threat. This is a carrot and stick, but it is not a threat or a reward. It's just reality. You will tell them there are people in this community who are not going to attend your business if they think ICE is present. So I need your word, business owner, that ICE cannot do business here. So I can go tell these people who are standing in your parking lot right now, who each represent 5 people who are not present, I can go tell them that this is a business that is okay for us to frequent. And if the answer is no, you will continue refueling ICE's vehicles so they can attack our friends and families, then you will have no local business. And that's just how it is. Go gather your people. Go right now. Go tonight. Message who you can. Text who you can. Get as many people as possible on board with this. In addition, if you have wealthy friends, we are going to start producing shirts that say, I'm here because ICE is not. We will do the same for restaurants, and we will go to restaurants that do not serve ICE wearing those shirts, and we will be perfect customers. We will tip well. We will order well. We will not be loud. We will not take too long. We will be perfect customers. So if you have rich friends, make sure they are prepared to start going out to dinner aggressively. Go to places that do not serve ICE. Thank you.
That's not bad.
I'm hoping we can sincerely these people over. And I want to make it clear for the rest of their lives, everybody who's in ICE should be ostracized from America. Never again will they be served. Never again will they be treated with anything resembling respect, because they are Klansmen.
As far as I'm concerned, in the Second American Republic, they don't deserve citizenship. That's how I feel. But maybe it's a little radical.
And whether or not we can get politicians to agree with us, that is going to just have to become the culture. If you find out somebody 10 years ago was part of this ICE thing and we've all moved on, doesn't matter. No, get the fuck out of my movie theater, get the fuck out of my house. Your kid cannot date my kid. You cannot associate with me in any way. You are banned from anything having to do with my life. Member of ICE. I'm proud of you, Andrea. That was a good stream. I was watching. I couldn't really comment.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you would think I was going a little crazy. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe I am going. I think we're all going a little crazy to some degree here, just watching this.
It's not crazy to speak frankly about a crazy situation.
Sure.
I do think whenever we tell people you can't just stand by anymore, I would argue that we also have to tell them exactly what they can do. But
my wheelhouse is not in that direction. That is the what you can do empire. My wheelhouse is telling everyone how fucked up it all is, how we're all going to fucking hell. Exceptly, we're actually in hell and we deserve it. And this is why, like your fucking parents brought you into this world and they fucking said, all right, have fun. They sent you to school and mass shootings every day. I'm just saying we're all culpable to some degree, and we got it as a species. This is not even American. This is again, pedophile, rape cabal, thousands of nuclear weapons. This is the world's problem. As a species, we got to turn this ship around. Otherwise it's going to be over really quickly here.
Shockingly, we are actually getting international help. That's the first time that's ever happened, and I love it. It's in the form of boycotts, and it's for the countries that are participating their own self-interest, but it still does help us, whether they realize it or not. Oh.
But yeah, I think it's time to shut down the stream, unless you want to stay on here for that much longer.
No, ma'am. I think you nailed it.
All right. Again, thank you all. This is like my 5th time trying to end, but every time I try to end, like Matt came on when I was trying to end, and that was like 40 minutes ago. And then now you came on. This is a weird situation. And then next time I know someone else. No more. In fact, I'm going to get Jake out of here. Fuck you, Jake. All right. But thank you, Jake, for a little what you can do action. And thank you, Matthew, the letter hack. Yeah. Letter hack. Thank you for coming on here with your weird haircut. Appreciate that. Again, thank you all for watching. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Sunday, maybe we'll do a short thing tomorrow if there's any updates. But I think the least you can do, the very bare minimum, and while we're on the subject of coming up with ideas, the least you can do is bear witness to the madness. It may be uncomfortable. But I personally believe a lot of people may disagree with me, and we're welcome to disagree. That's fine. But I personally believe that it is your civic duty to watch the federal government that you pay taxes to execute this man in broad daylight. I personally think it is your civic duty to watch it, internalize it, understand that, and don't forget. That's, I think, something the bare minimum is to bear witness to the madness. Read the news, stay up to date, stay informed, and goodbye, everybody. I'm going to click the button now.